So do you want to get into Wimbledon by camping and queuing? If so, this is how you do it.
Yes, the championships at Wimbledon, one of the world's greatest sporting events to attend. And as I'm Sports Travel Tom, this is a guide that you need to watch if you've not been successful in the ticket ballot. Or if you're just looking to save some money, it's time to combine adventure and camping with one of the most iconic sports events on our planet. Welcome to My Planet Playground. If you like this video, please do subscribe, like and comment.
It's Sunday afternoon and I'm going to join the queue, pitch my tent and see how this all works.
So where does the adventure begin? Well, it's on the London Underground network and not one of the Wimbledon stations.
When travelling to the Wimbledon queue on public transport, you want to get off at this underground station, Southfields.
You'll find it on the District line and it is the closest tube station to Wimbledon Park, where the queue begins. And as there's a night of camping ahead, don't forget to grab a bite to eat.
From Southfields underground station, you'll need to walk up Wimbledon Park Road to the start of the queue, which will take you around 10 minutes or so.
You'll find it signposted for non-ticket holders, directing you to the queue, which you'll find inside entrance 10 of Wimbledon Park.
When I turn this corner here, I'm going to find out if I'm close to the front of the queue. So let's have a look. No, absolutely not. Look at this, these tents are the first in line. And they're going to be a long way from where my tent is going to be pitched. But these guys will definitely get centre court tickets for tomorrow. The first 500 get centre court tickets, the second 500 number one court tickets, and the next 500 number two court tickets.
So to give you a little bit of background, I am camping the night before the first day of Wimbledon in 2025. And as it turns out, the first night before day one is always the busiest when it comes to camping.
Overhearing some conversations, people have been queuing for a couple of days to be here on this Sunday night.
And it's worth noting the Wimbledon queue isn't officially staffed until 2 p.m. on the Sunday before day one of the championships. So if you arrive before then, like I have, you won't be given a queue card on arrival. You'll just go to the end of the queue and pitch up your tent there. You'll then need to wait by your tent until you've been given a queue card. This pop-up tent I have is absolutely ideal for situations like this, and before I know it,
Cheers.
It's time to soak up the sunshine and eagerly wait to see what number I am in the queue. Remember, the first 500 get centre court.
I've been here maybe a couple of hours in the queue, all set up. But you have to wait for your queue card, so you get your number in the queue basically. You can't really go far until you've got that. Apparently they have started coming around, but there's a lot of tents in front of me.
As you can see here, some people don't even pitch their tents until they know what number they'll be in the queue. And if they don't get a show court number, they'll leave. And after a refreshing drink or two, staff members started to come down the queue with the queue cards. What will it be?
Hey, just one, yeah.
Yeah, here you go.
That's great, thank you.
Just one.
And finally, I've got my queue card. So what number is it? Will it get me onto centre court, number one court, number two court, or simply a grounds pass?
Right, so my queue card number is 1,125, I believe, which essentially means I miss out on centre court. The first 500 will get those. I'll miss out on number one court. The second 500 will get those, but I'll probably be off at number two court. But what I'm actually going to do today, or for tomorrow, is get a grounds pass, and that's because for the sake of this video I want to show you the grounds of Wimbledon and the event as a whole.
And the fact is, a grounds pass when purchasing from the queue will only cost you £30, and then there's a trick to get centre court tickets for just an extra £15. Before all that though, it's dinner time, or is it?
So all these food stalls here are set up in Wimbledon Park for the campsite, but none of them are opening on this Sunday night ahead of day one tomorrow. I've just asked the stewards why not, and they're saying because there's more people here than they thought there would be, but surely that would mean they would want to open and get more business. So it seems getting dinner is going to be a little tricky. I'm starving.
So, in a situation like this, I've put my thinking cap on and I'm trying to work out a plan as to what to do whilst I watch the world go by.
I was just chatting to a few people who have done this a few times, and they say the food trucks are quite often shut. So don't rely on those if you are camping for food. What you can do, however, is order in, and you have to order your food, your deliveries, on whatever app you're using to the Wimbledon Park road gate of Wimbledon Park. Right, I'm just on the edge of the road here on Wimbledon Park Road. Here's the gate just behind me into Wimbledon Park, and this is where, if you're camping for Wimbledon tickets, the food deliveries come. So apparently it's moments away. I am ravenous, starving. It's hard work putting a tent up in 30-degree heat in London, but the hard work will pay off tomorrow as we get into one of the most famous sports events there is in the world. Is this him? Is this him? Hi, sir. Jessica. Jessica, not number 41. Okay. This could be him. This could be my pizza. Hi. Number 41? 41?
No.
No? Hi. Number 41? No? This has to be it. This is it?
Yeah.
Number 41. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, the best tasting pizza ever. Other options for food, by the way, you can pop down to the shops at Southfields. Just remember that 30-minute away from the tent rule, so make sure you got enough time to get down there, do your shopping and get back. Otherwise, head to the eastern gate of Wimbledon Park and you'll come across this shop, McCluskey's, and it's full of drinks, snacks, if you just wanted to pick up a couple of supplies.
Oh, it's nice to be in some air conditioning. Might go and stand in the fridge. Knock up some burgers. Not allowed barbecues or fires in the queue.
Once you've got everything you need, you just head back through the eastern gate into Wimbledon Park and back to the campsite. A couple of things you should also know about. There's toilets on site, but no showers. There's also phone charging vending machines where you can get a portable charger. You can rent one for just £10 with a £15 refundable deposit, and you can hand them back in once you're into the championships. There's also a Wi-Fi hub as well if you need to latch onto some Wi-Fi. And as the sun started to set over Wimbledon Park, it was time to turn in for the night.
It's 11 o'clock, so it's time to go to sleep in the Wimbledon queue. See you in the morning for more queuing at Wimbledon. Good night.
Everybody up.
Good morning, rise and shine. Up, everyone up.
Good morning. Well, 5 a.m. it was when the stewards came around waking everybody up, and it's a hive of activity in the Wimbledon queue this morning. Everybody packing up their tents, and also what has happened overnight is the people who weren't camping have arrived to join the queue as well. There must be thousands here trying to get in for day one of Wimbledon. Did I sleep well? Not particularly. But in a few hours, we'll be inside the championships. Right, so once you're all packed up, you need to take the luggage you're not taking into the championships, such as your tent and sleeping bags and overnight bags and things like that, you need to take it to left luggage. And best to get there as early as possible, because if it fills up, it means you have to carry everything with you in the queue until you reach the next left luggage storage area. So if you can, this is the one to get to.
To store your left luggage, it will cost £5 per tent, £5 per large bag, and £1 for any extras. All the proceeds go to the Wimbledon charity.
That took about an hour to drop my luggage off. It's not a bad process actually, it's pretty quickly, there's just so many people, but good to get that done. Once you have dropped your tent and your sleeping bag and your luggage off, you then rejoin the queue roughly where you left it.
So head back to where your tent was pitched. It's a good idea to have a picture of the faces of those around you overnight as well, so you can find your way. And shortly, the queue will start moving.
I am a rather dishevelled camper attending day one of Wimbledon, but you sort of have to put that aside really. It's great fun, this process. And the weather helps, obviously. Not sure I'd like to do this in the rain.
Nice to see the food trucks have opened up this morning. As you move along in the queue, your queue cards will be checked to make sure you are in the right position walking towards the championships. For those who have queue card numbers applicable for show courts, you'll be offered wristbands to make it easier to filter you through the payment area coming up. And once you're at that payment area, you'll pay for the tickets of your choosing, dependent on where you were in the queue. After payment, you'll end up here at the Queue Village.
The Queue Village, it's a good milestone after the morning of lining up and moving along the queue. Feels like you're almost there when you get here.
It's here you can relax a bit and wait for gates to open to the championships. If you have arrived here before they do so, you can get free coffee and soak up all of the sponsorship activations. And then once the gates have opened, you're into one final queue to the grounds.
It was 21 hours ago that I arrived into Wimbledon Park and set up my tent for the night. I am a little tired. The heat isn't helping with that, but was it all worth it? Well, yes. Welcome to the championships.
And if it is just a grounds pass you've managed to get from the Wimbledon queue, you will not be disappointed. This is a glorious event to attend. From the history on show, you do get free access to the Wimbledon Museum, to the food and drinks, the iconic settings, the bars, and of course, strawberries and cream. This is an absolutely magical day out. And if you wanted to get those show court tickets just for an extra £15, this is what you need to do.
If you've come into the championships on a ground pass, then the ticket resale stand is a really important place for you to know about.
Because if you are one of the first to sign up here any given day, you'll be one of the first to be notified when show court ticket holders leave. If you get selected, it'll just cost you £15 to experience Wimbledon on centre court or number one court. If you don't end up on a show court, however, don't be too disheartened. The grounds of Wimbledon are fabulous. From Henman Hill in its northern section all the way down to its boutique cafes and shops in its southern village. So let me know in the comments, is that something you are keen to do? Camp your way into Wimbledon via the queue. Any questions of the finer details, just give me a shout in the comments below. But with this being the hottest opening day in Wimbledon history, tiredness has got the best of me.
Well, I have just collected my tent and bags from left luggage from this morning. Of course, waking up in Wimbledon Park and leaving all of the bags behind before going into the championships. And I hope that video has given you a great insight into what the experience is like to camp your way in to Wimbledon. It's brilliant, it's great fun. It is hot today and I'm wilting away slightly after a couple of hours sleep. But thank you for watching, and I hope that inspires you to go to the championships one day soon.
I'm off for a shower and a nap. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please do subscribe if you love exploring our world through its sports events and adventures, and you can watch much more right here. Next week, I begin a Spanish football adventure.